something that's very, very tricky when it comes to gap ups and gap down. For example, this right here is considered a gap down. A gap down is whenever the stock closes. For example, I think it closed here at 389. So it closed here and we opened up at a level of 380, right? That is a gap down. So we gap down overnight. Now, it's very critical for you to be patient whenever you see a gap down. And again, as always, we always plot what? We always plot our pre-market low and we always plot our pre-market high. This right here should have been your first indicator that as long as we stay in this box, if we stay in this box all day, are we getting into a trade or not? Drop a 1 if you are not getting into a trade. Drop a 2 if you are getting into a trade. Right? So definitely ones, right? You do not want to get into a trade when we're ranging. What do you want to do? You want to make sure that you actually wait for that breakdown. And this right here was the perfect breakdown. Easy put opportunity down to the downside. As you can see, we still can't reclaim that pre-market high. The pre-market high is 381. We cannot, be able to reclaim it just yet. This gives me a indication that the stock market is being, the stock market right now is just trying to decide where it's going to go. That's why, for the following couple of hours, especially during power hour, I do believe that we are going to get a bit of a trend around 3:30. Around 3:30, we are probably going to get some decision on whether or not we're actually going to head lower, or are we finally going to get a pop back into the highs. I do believe that we're probably going to head lower. And what I would recommend you look for just for intraday, again, this is not on the higher time frame. This is on the 5-minute time frame. For intraday, the level that I want you to look for is 374. If we go below 374 on SPY, I will highly recommend you to go into puts. Why? Because that would just signify what? That will signify that we have a continuation to the downside when it comes to SPY. So again, level of 374, below that, we get into puts. And of course, I'll give you the overall daily market outlook when it comes to SPY. And the levels here are 371, 361, and of course, 350. QQQ has a bit of a different story. And again, we covered some great question. Why 374? I like the question. And please keep the questions coming. I love the questions. It really helps us out to really learn. The reason why I'm saying 374 is because this is the lowest point of today is 374.93. That's the lowest point today. You could definitely take it there. But usually what I try to do is that I try to round it up to 374 flat, right? Because oftentimes what would happen is that price will actually come and test the low of day and bounce right back up. That's the reason why I just try to get the nearest level, which is 374. And 374 is indeed a critical level. Great job, Latasha. So that's what I would definitely recommend. When it comes to QQQ was a bit different today. QQQ and for your Amazons, for your also Microsoft, there was a bit of a pop today, a bit of a pop at open. But QQQ, this was one that we talked about for quite some time. And this is where, hold on one second. This is where we mentioned that if it breaks below 302, just go ahead and go for puts. And this is one that was very, very profitable. And again, same market structure where we actually had a bit of a accumulation phase here at the top, and we came right back down. So QQQ is definitely one that it has to hold 276, below 276. And of course, for those, a quick recommendation for those that are currently charting on the daily time frame, you have to go up one. Go up to the weekly time frame, and you'll definitely have a lot more data on the weekly time frame. And again, all we're looking for is just that next pivot point when it comes to support and resistance. Which time windows are most beneficial and why? Great question. Just to get the overall outlook, I would say daily and weekly time frames are probably my favorite, right? If you are a scalper, you will be mostly on the 5-minute, 3-minute, or not the 15-minute time frame. Those are the ones that you would go ahead and view. And I am getting a couple of questions here in the chat, so I'll just pause. What would the expiration date be? Sorry if you answered already, no worries. If you're doing weeklies, for example, if you are doing a day trade, especially if you're a scalper, you should always go for weeklies. So for this week, that would be 618 would be, 618 would be or 617, that would be the expiration for this week. For swings, I always recommend going 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out is the minimum for swing trades, right? 2 weeks out, or if not, go a month out. Just know that when it comes to swing trading, the further of the expiration, the more is going to cost you for that contract. At the end of the day, what you want to do is that you want to be able to buy time. When you buy time, you're sort of buying insurance, because now you are actually allowing that play or that setup to actually play out. I'm still scared scalping if Wednesday. I'll do the following week. Yeah, if anything, just buy the following week. again, as a scalper, you should not be in the trade for more than 10 minutes, right? It should be in and out. You just capitalize off a certain move. Is this a day trading market? This is more of a scalping market. I'm going to continue saying that just because, again, if we look at the 5-minute time frame, even on QQQ, you're not going to have very promising, how do I say it, very promising setups. So let's go ahead and decipher this one. Let's say, for example, this one, right? Trend line, we break the trend line here on this 5-minute chart and 5-minute time frame here when it comes to QQQ. We break down, again, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If you did not take profit here at this moment, again, I'm only using trend lines, another reversal back up to the top. If you did not take profit here, right, then you would have lost some profit. So you could definitely day trade, but your day trades are not going to be like 3-hour, 4-hour day trades, 5-hour day trades. They're going to be shorter day trades where you're day trading for, let's say, for example, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. And at the end of the day, that's if we're trending. Not every day we're trending. We've seen it in the last couple of weeks where it's been just pure consolidation and where we're just trading sideways. So right now it's very, very hard to find a day where we're trending for the overall day. If we look at the past year were beautiful times. They were times where you got in at open and the stock would just continue all day, all day, all day, all day, all day. And then you're up 600% and you're happy. But now that we're, where we are in a market where even scalping, you're getting 10, 20, 30%, it's a lot. And you should definitely appreciate those gains. It's definitely a different type of market that we're in right now. Let's see, on the weekly, daily, and 4-hour charts, what amount of time do you anticipate the moves to materialize? Great question, Hassan. So for the daily and 4-hour timeframes, I would say about a day or two. 4-hour time frame is actually a really good time frame. And it's a good time frame for swing trading. So lots of people actually use the 4-hour as a swing trading tool. So for example, if you go here on QQQ, this is what the 4-hour looks like. And at the end of the day, again, we have so many indicators on every single time frame that allows us to understand that definitely bearish momentum or bearish continuation was definitely coming. We have here a head and shoulders. And let's go ahead and just remove all these drawings. We had a head and shoulders here that definitely formed. And then we have this neckline. That would have been a perfect opportunity for us to go down. What do we have here? 3-bar play. We continue with puts. Another 3-bar play. We also continue with puts. Here's what I recommend. And then here's what I recommend for today. If you see at the structure that we currently have right now, we're definitely bearish and we have a lot of downside continuation still to be realized. So what I would recommend you to do is that if you see that by power hour, 3:30, 3:45, we are still forming the shooter candle that we have right now, and we break the low of today, which is 276, I'll recommend you to go for a 276 put overnight. How do I know this? Is because oftentimes around power hour, you will see that you will get a bit of a reversal on QQQ at power hour today. If we break below 276, just swing it. Why? Because at the end of the day, the market is letting us know that the decision makers are more on the bearish side. Hence, there will definitely be more downside continuation.